Invest 96W looking kind of interesting off the west coast of the Philippines. Remember, this is separate from our tropical storm Sephat, which I have a separate video on located there towards the south of Japan. But 96W, in its own right, kind of has a broad circulation in here. It's not the most organized area, but it really is embedded in that monsoonal trough, which has already been bringing some heavy rains for the west coast of the Philippines and really even stretching back towards the south and west here. What we've been seeing, it's kind of that inflow coming with the monsoon. But this troughing rate in here is interesting enough that I do think we got a couple more days of onshore winds as that moves off towards the north and west. And then you're going to get a little bit of a break here in Luzon. But the worry is a new developing storm located just around Guam that could enhance that southwesterly monsoonal flow as well. So here's a close-up view as we go ahead into Tuesday here. Southwesterly winds still bringing showers to places like Manila, Subic, extending back towards Pangasinan, but then it drifts off towards the north. And as it's drifting away, it could become a problem for places like Hainan over towards Hong Kong. Hong Kong really could be looking at the right front quadrant in this area. In fact, let's move our camera up just a little bit further towards the north and get an idea of what it's looking like over Hong Kong. So here it comes right there. You see Queens Harbor kind of in the screen here, with that right front quadrant pushing right there on the Guangdong province. So, yeah, similar to what we saw with Wu-Tip, although Wu-Tip did get its act together at the last second. So, kind of interesting. Yeah, but I think in either case, you're going to have that enhanced monsoonal flow. Still looking at heavy showers in the next 48 hours for parts of Manila and west coast of Luzon. And I talked this in more detail in my next video, but we also have another storm potentially developing behind it, which is really going to kick up that enhanced monsoonal flow as we look ahead more so into next week. In fact, this is what the GFS is showing for this time period, right from where you just saw that last frame and then out towards the first, heading into the second. Look at that. The GFS has a storm system south of Tokyo, but the ECMWF even put something further towards the west. And if we take a look at the SpaghettiOs, our ensembles, really both models showing some sort of high confidence of development. The big question is exactly where and when. That's still out on the table and up in the air. But the point is, in either scenario, if we get a storm here towards the north and east of the Philippines, I'm really going to enhance that monsoonal flow, which obviously will cause that threat of flooding and landslides on the west coast. So yeah, for our Philippines friends out here, I hope you're staying dry, staying safe, but we're going to keep an eye on what's happening in the tropics, and of course here with Invest 96W.